Hello there and good morning. Those supporting Theresa May's nasty Brexit Withdrawal Agreement that Brussels basically wrote for her have been given a glimmer of false hope that the agreement will be unlocked and the Irish border backstop then changed to be more acceptable to the UK people and politicians. But what this really amounts to is the agreement being prised open to a sufficiently wafer-thin amount so as to allow the contents of the letter of assurances given to the PM by Jean-Claude Juncker and Donald Tusk to be cut and pasted into it. So really, Mrs May is still not going to get her legally binding changes to the withdrawal agreement that she promised us all she would get. All that might be achieved is a slight cosmetic amendment. But the UK will still be at huge risk of being tied into a backstop that would not only bleed the country dry, but also end up with Northern Ireland being hived off to become an EU colony. But the PM's still off to Northern Ireland today to give them a speech telling them all is hunky-dory and that she will get a deal that prevents a hard border in Ireland and will get a majority in Parliament as well as wider public support. The trouble, though, is that she's still got absolutely no changes to the deal that fell to a broadside of a 230 vote loss last month. So what's she going to do? Try and spin that the possibility of a little bit of extra text in the withdrawal agreement is the magic key that unlocks everything? Or will it be dreaming up new, as yet unseen aspects of Project Fear? The last one we saw was the laughable prospect of the Queen and members of the royal family being smuggled out of London by our intelligence services using an old Cold War plan in case of a no-deal Brexit turning ugly. As Rees-Mogg pointed out, they stayed during the Blitz, so this plan is just a bit of an overreaction. Then they tried to link the Nissan problems to Brexit until it was comprehensively debunked and proved to be more to do with EU regulations, with Brexit being a minuscule factor. Anyway, if that decision was all about Brexit, then Nissan would have relocated into the EU, wouldn't it? So it's hard to see where Project Fear can focus next. But I'm sure some disaster will come along for them to hitch their scaremongering cart to. The FTSE 100 is on the up, as is the FTSE 250, which is a better indicator of the state of UK companies, and the pound looks steady against both the euro and dollar, despite no prospect of a deal in sight. Not all bad news then, eh? If the PM is unable to get any meaningful changes to the withdrawal agreement, she is due back in the Commons to report her progress on the 13th of February. There are now only 52 days to go until the UK leaves the European Union under both UK and EU law. And on the 13th of February there will be only 44 days to go. And if by then the EU has not budged and she ends up being unable to scare or bully her deal through the House on that day, then how on earth will she be able to say that she'll have another go? That could be the crunch week when we find out how much backbone the PM has and whether she really meant it when she said we would definitely be leaving the EU at 11 PM on the 29th of March 2019. Or whether extending Article 50 becomes more than just background chatter. At that stage I would expect another vote of no confidence in Theresa May's government anyway, whatever happens. Anyway, what do you think? Please leave a comment below and thank you for watching.